Hey guys, it's Tariq here. Let's talk about 5 reasons why Bitcoin is a good investment. So let's get right into it. Number one, superior returns. Bitcoin is the best performing asset in the entire planet over the last 10 years. The returns absolutely have outperformed everything, including the S&P 500, which is like the US stock market. It's outperformed gold, okay? It's outperformed real estate, and basically all other asset classes, whether you're talking about things like investing in antiques, collectibles, jewelry, other commodities. Bitcoin is number one. And Bitcoin is up 38,000% over the last 10 years and has a compounded annual growth rate, which means it returns annually on average around 81% over the last 10 years. So it has literally been the best performing, if you want to call Bitcoin like a savings account. It's been like the best performing savings account basically in the entire world for the past 16 years. And you're just really not going to be able to find anything, in my opinion, that can compete with that. Now, gold has done really, really well in 2025. Obviously, when Trump's tariffs came into the discussion, gold has performed well. But over the long run, Bitcoin is considered digital gold, and I truly believe that Bitcoin will outperform gold. But I do believe both assets are worth holding. So that's my main, probably the biggest reason why Bitcoin is a good investment, because it just simply has superior returns. Number two, increases purchasing power. Bitcoin allows you to buy more goods and services over time, okay? So literally, you don't have to keep like putting money and things like that into Bitcoin in order for it to basically provide, higher purchasing power for you. So with most things like a checking account or savings account, if you don't put money into it, it simply won't grow. But that's just that's Bitcoin is different. And the reason it's different is because one Bitcoin is always one Bitcoin. So it kind of counteracts inflation with this deflationary nature, meaning that if you were to buy one Bitcoin, say, 10 years ago in 2015, when the price was between like 100 to $1,000, somewhere in between there, that one Bitcoin has grown into, as of, right now, it's around 85,000. So you still had one Bitcoin, but your purchasing power kept going up, even though you weren't putting more money into the asset. So that's one of the nice things about Bitcoin. Second reason why I consider it a good investment, increases purchasing power. The third reason is that Bitcoin is extremely liquid, okay? It can be bought and sold 24/7, 365 without permission of a third party. And it never sleeps or takes off on holidays. It's never closed like the stock market does on the weekend. So it's extremely liquid, and anytime you have an investment, you might want to liquidate it and take your profits at any time. And that's one of the nice things about Bitcoin. You can simply take profits at any time you want. So it's extremely liquid. The fourth reason is that Bitcoin works for all investors, regardless of education or nationality. So it can be bought in any country. You don't need a certain income level or citizenship to invest. It doesn't matter where you live. Now, with some, for example, the US stock market, a lot of you guys have messaged me saying you wanted to invest in the Bitcoin ETFs, but they're not available in your country. So this is obviously a problem and something that Bitcoin doesn't have the same issues with. You can purchase Bitcoin. All you need is an internet connection, and you can link up and download a crypto wallet easily, and you can easily buy it with many exchanges. They have lots of exchanges in the United States. They have them all over the world. So it's just a lot more accessible, and it works for everyone. It doesn't matter where you live. Even if you dropped out of school in sixth grade, you're still able to purchase Bitcoin. And the fifth reason why Bitcoin is a good investment is that insiders dump stocks on retail investors for profit in the stock market all the time, okay? Insiders like to take profits and things like that. And usually when stocks run up really high, you'll see insiders sell their shares and take their profits away. And that's just something that doesn't happen with Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin's distribution is a lot more even. Insiders don't have as much control like they do in the stock market. And we've had many stock market scandals such as Enron, Super Microcomputer, where the stocks have absolutely crashed pretty much in one day. And that just really doesn't happen with Bitcoin. Now, it did happen a little bit in its early days, I guess, when it was a much smaller market cap. But right now, it's literally impossible for Bitcoin to lose like 50, 75%, 90% of its value overnight. And of course, the same is like Bitcoin's different from altcoins. Okay, we've had scandals like the Mantra scandal, OM, Terra Luna, where basically these crypto coins lost the majority of their value within 24 hours. So, like I said, Bitcoin is different from altcoins. It deserves its own separate, basically, asset class. I usually like to say there's Bitcoin, then there's everything else when it comes to crypto. And of course, the more even distribution just makes it more fair. And obviously, it's really impossible because Bitcoin's decentralized. There's no CEO, there's no CFO, there's no board of directors. So it really prevents people from dumping on you. So that's all I got, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like my content, please subscribe to the channel for more information. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. Why do you think Bitcoin is a good investment? It'd be really interesting to hear your comments. So that's all I got. Until next time, guys. Thanks.